Welcome into Bacon in Your Mailbox. This is show number 77 on this December the 29th, 2020, sponsored by Stiff Family Farms, the Award Center, Amazing Glazing Donuts, and Bluegrass Cellular. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller, and unfortunately, I am not joined today by my glamorous co-host, Janna Clark. She is visiting her family down in Arkansas and was unable to get linked up this morning. So I thought, do I do a show? Do I not do a show? Show, no show, show, no show, no show. So I decided I'll do even worse. I brought in my co-host from the show formerly known as The Note Show, Eric Clemens. Down below me is big buggy eyes. That is not the Maverick. No, what's the guy? Goose from Top Gun. That is Joe Bennett in the upper corner up there. Here, let's actually, hold on. Let's give your mustache its own little segment for a second. I like that. There's going to be a definite story behind that. And
now
down in
the can't go near any schools. Great.
And at the bottom corner, he is Kenny Rambo. And we're glad to have you with us. So, guys, I know you maybe watched the show once before, but we always start the show out with a Good Morning Carter. Our buddy Carter Blankenship is just a huge fan of the show. Great guy. And I know Carter? Joe, he's a huge fan of you too, I do believe.
I love Carter.
Yeah.
Big fan of Carter.
Good morning, Carter.
So we
showed him me, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe by the end of the show, Eric, you and I will add ourselves to that list.
Yeah. Kenny and I do not want to say good morning to Carter. We take back our good morning. He's not a fan of us.
That feels hard.
First poster of the day, Jay Hobbs.
Never heard of him.
You never heard of him. There you go.
Oh, Jay Hobbs. Gotcha.
Yeah. And there's Vicky with a hiya, a wave, and 6 bacons. Vicky is there. And then an oh no. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Vicky, when Janna could not make it. And then the suggestion came up. So Jay is concerned. Yeah, I don't know about that. And
that's
then
the way I'm remembering it.
Yeah. So then
I was told to actually have bacon, and there's no bacon here at the office. So who do I talk to about that?
Tomorrow we should have bacon because it's, oh my gosh, you really have bacon?
I thought that's how this worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
that was wrong.
No,
I did not get the memo.
No, I didn't get the memo either. But tomorrow is National Bacon Day, so we could celebrate by having bacon in the office and maybe watch some Kevin Bacon movies.
What if we just had a real pig in the office, just running around all day?
Yeah, and we're watching Tremors, and the pig is just going crazy.
Just everywhere.
I love it. That's a plan.
Greg, you used to have a pig, didn't you?
Actually, I did. I did have a pig. His name was Arnold B. Schwarzenegger. Was a potbelly pig. The B stood for Beavis because when he ran through the house, he grunted, that like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
Wait, you had like an actual potbelly pig that lived in your home?
Yes, I did.
See, I've lost this battle with my wife. We were talking about whether to get a dog or not, and I really wanted a potbelly pig. Again, I thought they stayed like 30 pounds. But they don't apparently. Apparently they get like 200 pounds, and that's a mini pig. So how was your pig in a home experience?
So Arnold, he was a potbelly pig. So as long as you don't feed them, I mean, they will eat until they kill themselves. So they will just continually eat, and they get big.
That's
Arnold, like Eric, yeah.
And he likes practically everything, Joe.
Yeah, he'll just eat. He'll eat just about anything.
Fact about me.
Jennifer did not like Arnold that much. And actually, at that time, Jennifer and I were not married. I was living with my cousin. Him and I had a house together, and Arnold came into existence. And before Jennifer and I got married, Arnold had to be rehomed.
So it doesn't work the same as meeting a girl with a dog, like when you meet a guy with a pig?
Oh, I didn't have the pig when we met. That's why she didn't like Arnold, is because she claims that I stood her up on a date to go pick up the pig.
So I feel like I've heard that story.
Did he use?
It's still remarkable you're married there.
Did
you take him outside?
All right. What'd you say again, Eric? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Did he use, like, I heard you can train him to use like cat litter boxes, or did he go outside?
He would ring the bell. He had a bell on the door, and he would ring the bell. I mean, they're pretty smart. We would take them to, they would be in the backyard, and my cousin had a mutt, and his friends had a couple of Dalmatians, and you would see the Dalmatians and the other dog chasing Arnold behind the garage. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to go back there and eat this pig. Then all of a sudden you would see the dogs running and Arnold chasing them. Arnold thought he was a dog pretty much. Yeah.
I also had a potbelly pig.
Did you?
How does this happen?
Yep.
Like
when I was in, I think middle school or high school, I can't remember when they wanted it. My dad, my stepmom wanted a potbelly pig, so we drove to Indiana to get it. And then the pig, the entire ride home, not even exaggerating, my stepmom is holding it in the front seat and is squealing the whole ride home. It was something. And then the pig would like root its nose up against our baseboards, and I guess we had just painted them or something. So the pig didn't last long. I don't know what happened to the pig, but baby, it became bacon in your mailbox.
So how is it that like I start the morning walking into a virtual room with 4 people, and 2 of the 4 have owned pigs, like as pets?
And let's go with the third is a pig. So, you know, there's always that, the third being a pig. So
that's just rude, Greg, and unnice. In the holiday season, you should be nicer to me. I'm a perfect angel to you. Why are you not nice to me? Okay. That should be the topic of today's bacon in your mailbox.
Well,
why is Greg?
Speaking of examples of being a perfect angel to me, every Friday morning at 7 a.m. there is a podcast release called Lyrics and Laughs. It's where us 4 hooligans break down the lyrics of classic country music in an attempt to convince Kenny down there
not happening
to be a lover of country music. And I think we've done well at ruining country songs, but have not done a great job at convincing Kenny to become a country music fan.
I've started to get messages, people asking me for song recommendations that are not country because they've lost their interest.
With country?
Yeah. So, listeners of the podcast are turning to me for other genre opportunities.
I don't know. Up here, I think Brian says he's been talking about Santa driving a Tesla since Friday. So we're leaving a mark on people. So I think that's
I think we should take some requests.
Oh, did we talk about
that? I think we should take some requests for songs to do in the future.
That's a great idea. People can just comment right here and tell us songs that we should cover.
There you go. Put it down there.
In the songs that you think will convince me to be a fan. Again, it's not happening.
Right. So my dad,
don't know. I feel like it might happen.
My dad was quoting the podcast from Friday at Christmas, and he would say something and laugh, and I'd look at him, and he goes, from the podcast. I'm like, I don't really listen to it or know what we even said, so I have no idea, Dad.
Yeah, as I shared last Wednesday, my brother had reached out to me with a note about something that was said in the podcast. I was like, I try to forget most of it.
Yeah.
So, and you can too, on Spotify, iTunes, etc.
Not me. I listened to it 3 times.
Yeah. I listen to it to make sure I don't have to cut anything Eric says out.
I listen to it 3 times every week.
Well, they're just old jokes about you. I mean, I think by now we should just let those lie.
Today is Still Need to Do Day, and it's also TikTok Day, reminding us that the clock is running out on the year, and if you have things that need to get done, the clock is ticking, so you need to get those done.
Maybe something else.
Yeah. Is there anything that any of you feel like that you've left on the table in 2020 that you should have gotten done, but you haven't gotten done? The whole mustache thing, you've covered that, Joe, so that's good.
Oh, I checked. Yeah. Check. I think I'm good. So I did everything that I should have done. So
I don't know. I feel like clean the gutters is always a solid answer.
Clean the gutters. They make these gutter guards, and then you don't have to do that.
Yeah. So.
What about fixing your porch swing, Kenny? And would that be something that?
Oh, yes, that is still on the list.
Yeah.
So, in fact, honestly, when I saw Joe Sunday evening for the mustache reveal, I thought to myself, now there's a man that can help me fix my front porch swing.
You would think so.
Oh.
But this mustache does not give me powers, unfortunately. I don't instantly become like knowledgeable about tools and building.
That's weird,
things.
Kenny.
It's not like a Ron Swanson.
That's weird, Kenny, because when I saw Joe, I thought to myself the opposite. I thought, that's a man that drives a windowless van.
I don't know. Honestly, let's do this first, Joe. For folks that are watching, they should guess why you have a mustache, and then we'll tell them why you have a mustache. Greg, I mean, you've got your loyal fans of bacon in your mailbox. They can do this, right?
Yeah, they can. They may have all tuned out by now because, it's
not Janna wasn't here?
Right.
Sure.
Janna's not here. It kind of takes things away. But maybe. I'm still waiting to see what kind of songs they suggest for lyrics and laughs, but I don't see any popping up there yet. But if you had a superpower and it wasn't a mustache, what would it be? I mean, because you got Wonder Woman, it's got the lasso, you've got Batman, you got Spider-Man, you got Superman. Mustache Man would be unique. That would be good. If you had a superpower, Eric, what would it be besides your big eyes? I mean, you'd definitely probably be able to see through stuff.
Oh, for sure. I can see through things. That's how I was born. That's a superpower. I thought everybody could see through things, but I don't know. I guess when I woke up in the morning, my knees wouldn't hurt. That would be my superpower.
And you call me old, and you hurt more than anybody I've ever met in my life.
Well, I've got a lot to carry around, so I get why my knees hurt. There's just a lot of energy here, a lot of things going on.
Hey, by the way, Jay Hobbs says, and on that windowless van, it says free Wi-Fi. And Dustin Shepard says we should break down Playing with the Boys by Kenny Loggins for Goose on the screen today. No, it's not a country song.
No, can't do it.
I'm listening.
Brian Dennis says you grew your mustache so you would finally look older than your son.
It's not a bad response.
It's a solid guess.
So go ahead and tell everybody, why did you grow a mustache?
It does have to do with my son. The thing he wanted for Christmas this year was for me to have a mustache. So I grew a mustache, and it will be coming off January 1st. But he looks at he'll see Andy Reid, the coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, on TV, and he'll say, "Man, that's a nice mustache."
He's not wrong.
His grandfather, my father-in-law, has an incredible stash. Every time he sees a mustache, he says something about it, and so here I am.
So did
now
this land
on
his letter to Santa, or was this just a direct request? Okay,
it was a direct request, and I decided to deliver. It didn't cost me a whole lot, other than my pride and strange looks from people. But it is nice when you go on, now you have to go out with a mask on, so nobody sees this except in moments like this when we're live on the internet. But most of the time, I don't see anybody. So every time I look in the mirror, it startles me. I don't. It's like someone else is there.
So that's interesting. 2020 has been the best year to experiment with facial hair. Yep. Because I've got a related story. As you guys know, Halloween of 2019, when we weren't wearing masks, except for Halloween, my son wanted me to go as Tony Starks. So I had the beard cut into all the crazy lines and angles that, who's that actor? Robert Downey Jr., right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and that was funny. Probably the funniest thing about that was being at the barber shop and Mindy's sitting in the waiting area explaining to all these other guys what was going on. She had great fun with that. So it was quite the scene.
Hey, Morgan Kessler says
that was Mindy's request.
Morgan says, I feel like Will Danger needs to be given a list of things to ask for to embarrass Joe. I agree. Is there a limit for you, Joe? Is there something?
Well, I mean, I don't get embarrassed very easily. I mean, I'm friends with Eric, so it's hard to, I'm kind of at my lowest.
This year, I want you to wear just real shorty shorts just for a couple weeks. Just
Daisy Dukes,
70s, the slits in the side of them. If you could just wear those, that'd be great.
So I went recently through like my grandmother's. She saved everything, and so there was this trunk of clothes that she saved that belonged to my dad, that were from the 70s, and I recently put them on. There is a tank top that fits so tightly all around in here, and then these short shorts that my boxers are longer than the shorts. So to even wear them, I had to go buy whitey tighties, which I didn't know people still wore, but apparently they do. And it was a sight to behold. Let me just say, I don't want to say Andrea immediately got pregnant when she saw me, but we don't know.
Do you have an announcement?
No. I don't. I don't. But they are. That's why honestly I can't walk around with those clothes on, because I mean it would just be pregnant women everywhere. I ain't even doing anything. I'm just walking.
Oh man.
So you gave Will the joy of seeing you in a mustache. Now, did you unveil it, or did he just wake up Christmas morning and it's there?
I did it I did it 2 days before Christmas because we celebrated with my mom that night, and so I wanted to go ahead and give him that gift.
Was that the only gift you give him, or did you give him something else too?
Oh, I gave you tons of.
My wife did some things.
So your daughter, what did she get from you?
Therapy gift certificates.
She got a can of peas from me because she loves peas, and she will often come up from, like, I don't even know she's there. She'll sneak up behind me, come right behind my head and whisper in my ear, "The peas are mine." And she just does that randomly. So I got her peas this year.
Now, does she like canned peas or frozen peas or fresh peas, or is she just like all the peas? All the peas.
All the peas. We are peas fans. We love them. Sounds weird to say.
Does she eat all her peas first before moving on to other items, or is she normal like me?
If she's a normal person, she does. Yes.
Yeah, she is a one at a time. She doesn't eat a lot of things, so it's like basically peanut butter and jelly,
weird combination,
peas, and fruit. Like really, that's about all she eats, and so it's usually one thing at a time. Anyways, there's not a lot of variety in her diet.
Because we've discussed eating
kind of strange
on the podcast before, and I don't want to get started again because Eric is just, he just doesn't understand Joe and I and some of the things that we do to eat. But anyway,
I'm a normal human being, so I understand perfectly fine the right way to eat, and then your all's lunatic, crazy way to eat. So maybe we should take a survey of that. Who eats one thing at a time, and who basically throws it all in a blender and mixes it up and then drinks it like you?
I don't know about that.
No. Wait. We need to be clear. I eat one thing.
That's right. It was Kenny and Greg that ate crazy. That's right. I'd forgotten.
No, yeah. I actually eat one thing at a time. I eat.
I eat normal. I move around the plate. I don't necessarily mix things, but I move around the plate.
So Kenny's the weird.
Like God intended.
I mean, I'm going to savor one specific thing first and then move on to the other. And then I will save just a little, like if it's a certain the other day we ate at a steakhouse, a carry out, and I savored I ate some of the steak, then I ate the mashed potatoes, and then I went back and savored the last little bit of steak because I wanted that to be the final memory of that meal. I don't go mixing everything together.
For sure.
But his one exception is the KFC bowl.
Yeah.
That's right.
That they still owe us, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, Kenny and I go out one day for lunch and you wanted a pot pie and I wanted the KFC famous bowl. And what did we get? Like 2 pieces of chicken and a biscuit is what they gave us.
We got to split a 2-piece meal.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah. Bacon in your mailbox, not sponsored by KFC.
not a great thing. All right. I want to bring up this article since we all work in the same office. Go ahead and make a joke about me not
you
coming.
work in this office, Greg?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I was there yesterday.
Kenny, or Greg, sitting at your desk and it has dust all over it.
You know, the funny thing about that is we were there Sunday night watching the game and my kid was still drilling me about my desk having dust all over it because I'm not there. But anyway, so most corporate offices don't condone drinking on the job, but a case may be made for reconsideration. As it turns out, a little bit of alcohol really can support creative thinking. Researchers at the University of Illinois at Chicago found that a certain level of inebriation can help get the creative juices flowing. In the study, participants whose blood alcohol level was slightly under 0.08 performed better in a creative task than their sober counterparts. The intoxicated group, however, underperformed when they were assigned memory tasks. The researchers determined that a person's creative peak is reached when the person hits a blood alcohol level of 0.05. So if we can stay around that mark, work might be a little more creative.
Is this theory the same for like bus drivers?
I don't think they work. I don't think they work in the corporate office. Maybe if they worked in the office.
I was going to say that does not.
It is a little telling why we're creative for the podcast, but we remember nothing about it.
That's a good point. Morgan wants to know,
how many college students volunteered for the study?
Yeah, we were the underwriters of the study with a bunch of college students volunteering.
I mean,
so,
it's only
we're just trying to prove a point.
Only fitting to do some research with that, right?
Well, you know, that is often my answer. You know, when people notice the bourbon that's on hand in our office and the kegerator, when they question that, I just kind of say, well, you know, we're in a creative business. So
that's it. And Brian Dennis says, there it is. There's bourbon in Kenny's Minion cup.
No. It's just an Americano this morning. So just an Americano.
And a popcorn bowl full of all the breakfast foods just mixed together that he'll be drinking.
Yeah. Like bacon and bacon bits and some eggs and I don't know. Pour up a biscuit.
Kenny likes ketchup on his eggs, so he just put that in there too.
Do you really like ketchup on your eggs?
I do not.
No.
Okay.
I know a guy who eats ketchup on his mac and cheese, and that's super weird to me.
My brother-in-law eats ketchup with turkey.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
What about meatloaf? Do you do ketchup with meatloaf? I do. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I think it's delicious.
Usually whatever's like, I don't know, isn't that the topping that's kind of finished on it, that or tomato sauce?
Now, my wife.
Yeah, there's usually ketchup in the sauce, I feel like.
Yeah, so I think that's to be expected.
Yeah, so that's just kind of overkill, actually, Eric. Hey, Shane Crutcher says in Italy, 2 glasses of wine were allowed for firefighters in a 24-hour period until 7 years ago. And in Germany, they were allowed 2 beers per shift until about 10 years ago. So you weren't too far off on that, Eric.
Is anybody in Germany even awake before 2 beers?
No. And a personal comment for you there, Kenny, from Morgan Caster. Ketchup on mac and cheese is phenomenal. You shut your mouth. So,
hey, look,
exclamation point.
Not for me.
I've never tried that. I feel like maybe when I was like 5 and some of the ketchup got off my hot dog and like on the edge of the mac and cheese, I ate it. I don't know, but I guess I'll try that now. Is it just like Kraft? Like I get a box of Kraft and mix it up and throw a little ketchup in there? Is that what Morgan's talking about? Does anybody know? Morgan, can you let us know?
No, like I mean, the gentleman I know, he would have macaroni on his plate and he would just like squeeze ketchup over it like you would a plate of fries. It was weird.
Now, if it's the shells and cheese, where it's the real
By
fake
the way,
cheese.
hang on. If you are squeezing ketchup on your plate of fries, just
not me,
all willy-nilly, no, that is.
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
a dipper. I am a little more
sociopathic
sophisticated
behavior, as far as I'm concerned. Yes. Why? What kind of weirdo would put ketchup all over their fries just so that they can put their fingers in the ketchup?
So, okay, who does that here?
Come on.
Anyone? Okay.
I like to grab
Finally, something we can all agree on.
I shove them in my mouth, and then I take the ketchup bottle and just squeeze ketchup into my mouth. That's how I like. That's
fine.
day one stuff there.
Hey, Greg, you know what's good on mac and cheese?
Oh, what's good on mac and cheese, Kenny? I'm glad you mentioned that. Is pulled pork barbecue with barbecue sauce and bacon bits on top.
That's Piggy Mac.
Yep.
That is an entree of choice at Titans games. You know, when we can go to those.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We should have Piggy Mac. Has anybody here? I see people talk about getting French fries and dipping them in like a chocolate milkshake or ice cream. Has anybody done that?
Only at Wendy's. Wendy's fries dipped in the Frosty. It's the only way to do it, and they are fantastic when you do that.
Okay. That's a solid life choice right there.
Yeah.
Dustin Shepard says, "Real talk though, queso with fries.
It's fine."
Yeah, and the right fries with ranch.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Brian Dennis says, you've got a little bit of a delay in your audio, Joe. It's like you're watching a bad Chinese movie. So if Top Gun did a Chinese version, it would almost be like that. What is the weirdest combination of food that you guys eat? You did something the other day, Kenny. Didn't you guys do some kind of weird grilled cheese?
Yeah, we came across something on YouTube. We were just kind of experimenting. So we did a grilled peanut butter and jelly grilled cheese that had obviously peanut butter and jelly, pepper jack cheese, and bacon. So thank you, YouTube.
That's a lot.
It was not great, but it was, we were at least able to check a box. It was on our, before 2020's TikTok list. Like, hey, let's do something random and weird food wise with the kids. And
Morgan Castor may be onto something. What'd you say,
the
Joe?
Combo I do is I'll get like a grilled cheese, and then I'll combine it with purchasing the Eric and Joe show on Vimeo and watching that together. You can just go to the ericandjoeshow.com and you can purchase the Eric and Joe show, the movie, and then make yourself a grilled cheese sandwich. I mean,
because a lot of people, Joe, think it's soup and grilled cheese, but no, it is streaming the Eric and Joe show from Vimeo and grilled cheese. That's the classic combo. Yep.
Huh, that's like double the cheese in a way.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Morgan Castor says DQ fries in gravy. I could try that.
I have tried that. I can confirm. I agree.
I think we've talked about this before, but talking about weird foods that you would think would be terrible but are delicious. Has anyone ever had a Monte Cristo?
Yep.
So that is like, it's like French toast dipped batter on a sandwich, a piece of bread that has ham and cheese, and that's all dipped and fried, and then served with like a raspberry, almost jelly that you dip it in, and some powdered sugar on the top. You would think that would be disgusting. If you have not tried that, you should go try that right now. Hang up off of this and go get one, because they are excellent. You can eat them for breakfast or lunch or dinner or midnight snack. They're good all the time.
Hey, while you're discussing something, Brian Dennis wants to know, he still hasn't heard the final price of the watermelon damage to your house. That was not caused by me. It was caused by your negligence.
Thank you, Brian, for bringing up the terrible things that Greg Milby did to my home maliciously. I'm pretty sure Kentucky Farm Bureau is finalizing their litigation against him, but I believe the total was just south of $10,000. So, Greg, I won't forget this. Just sometime I'll just be like a sneaky cat, and I'll get him back in the form of befriending him and then making his life miserable for the next 20 years.
I mean, you made my life miserable before the watermelon thing.
I didn't think you could put a price on the joy we have all taken from giving Greg grief about said watermelon incident, but apparently you can put a price tag on it.
Yeah.
Good to know.
You guys don't stick with that though. I mean, you guys give me grief about everything. It doesn't matter. Eric, any chance Eric has to divert any attention away from his big fake looking eyes into anything else, he's going to do that.
Yeah, and Greg, the drinking makes us creative.
That's great. That's what I need. You come to my house and we drink bourbon at my house for you guys to crack jokes on me. I need to make you less creative. Then we're having water at the next podcast.
Yeah, I'm busy Wednesday. I got this thing with some family, and it's just a whole.
Oh. So maybe there may not actually be a podcast this week. I don't know. Is there?
Yeah, I'm down.
We've got work to do this week. So
Dustin Shepard said earlier that we should do the Taylor Swift song "Never Ever Getting Back Together," and there's reason behind that. I can't remember if that was during her country era or if that was once she went to pop. So I don't know if that's a country music song, but I would love to break down the lyrics to that song. I think that could be a lot of fun.
We've not broken down a Taylor Swift song yet.
We have not.
And maybe it's just poppy enough to reel Kenny in.
That's true.
Well, I mean,
so is that what we're going to do tomorrow night? Make the decision?
She's no Iggy.
Are we committing?
Let me look up. I don't want to commit. I've got to do some research on that one to make sure it's on that. Because let's see. It's on her fourth studio album, Red. Red was, I think she was still like doing like on country radio at that point. I can't remember.
What we do know about tomorrow's podcast recording is that we're all doing it barefooted. Because Greg doesn't like feet.
With our feet on the desk.
No.
Yeah.
How could you not know that I didn't like? I've mentioned that numerous times. That just shows how much.
I'm actually going to hold the microphone with my feet.
I don't have to use that microphone, so I'm good. Whatever you need to do.
No, your microphone. I'm going to get there early.
That's cute. You're going to actually get here early. The only time you've ever been early to my house is the time you brought fish for us to wager against on my turtles. That's the only time you've ever got here early. Huh?
How are the turtles? Do we have eggs?
We do not.
Okay.
She's still not. Yeah. 2020 has been a very weird year all the way around. You know, my 10-year-old or 11-year-old turtle, I thought that was a guy, is not. She is on eggs. And apparently when other turtles do this in the face of the turtle, that's not showing dominance. That's like a mating ritual. So I've been watching adult turtle movies in my living room for months now.
That's actually Kelly.
And yet they have 2 children. Weird.
I could go a whole other year without ever seeing that again. That whole visual now is stuck there.
If you're watching adult turtle videos, I bet your like Facebook ads are super weird.
Have you? Have you ever? There's nature videos out there of turtles in the wild. Have you ever watched one of those?
No, Greg, I'm not into that.
You're gonna watch one. That's just.
I have a mustache and I'm not into that.
Hey, did I mention I'm busy this week and can't record? Because if that's the pre-recording meeting, I don't want to be there.
Hey, Shane Crutcher wants to know, have we broken down any lyrics on Lyrics and Laughs before? Actually, no, we haven't.
It's a great question.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
Yeah. And Morgan says that Taylor Swift is pop. They painted over her on the Wall of Fame, so she's not even country anymore.
Ooh, that's harsh. That happened. They like painted over her.
That's rough, isn't it? Like
it's not like once country, always country.
She still lives in Nashville, doesn't she?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Jay Hobbs says 2 songs that I would suggest for Lyrics and Laughs are Harper Valley PTA. That's a good song. And Ode to Billy Joe.
I'm down with that one. I like that one. It's an older one. Both of those are older.
Yeah. And you know, that older stuff is what gets me.
Yeah. We've not done an Oak Ridge Boys song. Yeah, we have, haven't we? Have we done an Oak Ridge Boys?
I don't think we have. I don't think we've done.
We have discussed them.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do that. All right. Hey, we're 30, almost 39 minutes into it. I think we've ruined enough people's day. So
this is like the podcast. We've got plenty of runway to go.
Yeah, there's a lot to go with, but I want to make sure that I still have a co-host, because Janna may disown me now for allowing this to happen today.
You think she's watching?
Right. We should recap what we've learned in the last 30 minutes. So Joe has a creepy mustache and drives a windowless van. Kenny blends all his food together and drinks it out of a straw. Greg is into watching turtles mate. And I met Kelly by. And how many total bacon in your mailboxes did you have? Because I'm pretty sure this was the last one.
Actually, this was lucky 77. So
all right, a good number to end on.
The sad thing is
Greg, there are almost as many making in your mailboxes as you've been alive.
That's kind words there, Joe.
I hate both of you now. That's it. Well, whatever. Now, hey, Carter's mom's got a lot of explaining to do after today's show, so she may need a little extra time before we do this again. So there's a lot there.
Hey, the 3 of us won a contest.
Yeah, it was called Eric, you can go to jail or you can do this. So I chose this, I guess.
Yeah. I guess that's one way to wrap up the year. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we're going to wrap it up for Bacon in Your Mailbox. Don't forget, tomorrow is National Bacon Day. I may do something special tomorrow. I don't know. We'll look into it.
Hey, Joe, where do they go to stream the Eric and Joe show?
EricandJoeShow.com if you're interested, and you can make your purchase there and just take you into 2021 on a super low note. And then hopefully it's all uphill from there after you watch that.
EricandJoeShow.com. Normally I would have a graphic for that, but I didn't see there.
Come on, Greg. That's day one stuff, man.
Hey, after you guys hijacked my show, I figured you guys could do graphics. You did that before, so maybe you can pull out your Sharpie or something and work on that.
Stop looking for paper at his desk, Eric.
Yeah.
You're driving today.
Joe's going to write one real fast. So it is theericandjoeshow.com. And then you got it? There you go. Great graphic. Great way to end it. He is Joe Bennett. There's Eric Clemens. There's Kenny Rambo. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. And this has been the final episode, at least until Thursday, of Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thanks for joining us.